All right, so let's see. How many? I will admit that I did not do very well. I don't think with my battles. I only get 2, and I don't know how good I feel about them. How many did you guys come up with?
3.
Okay.
I told you
Look,
before. I have a list of like 20 some.
I wrote them down. Look.
So there you
Andy
go.
made a list.
I wrote stuff down.
I have
work.
a shit
Done.
ton. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to state a category name and let you guys pick. I'm going to list them out. Should I list them now and then you guys pick which ones I do?
Yeah.
Now before the show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Nice.
Sentient Vehicles.
Ooh.
Reskins.
Skynet wins.
Skynet is not on the list.
What the fuck, man? That's like the...
It's not a vehicle. It's not a vehicle. Skynet is not a vehicle.
It could be if it wanted to be.
Have to do artificial intelligence category. Put Skynet in there.
Yes. Reskins. Friendly aliens. Not quite overpowered.
Okay.
So almost, but not quite. Apes. Monkeys. Scott.
Wait, together? Or apes
separate. Apes is one category.
left, and
monkeys
then
is...
monkeys right.
Yeah,
Okay.
separate categories.
Did you say D's nuts?
I don't think so.
It's funny because I didn't hear anything like that, and I don't know where you announced that suddenly.
Yeah, like
I just that was me. Sorry.
Okay.
It's gonna take me a little bit to regroup, I think, here. Hello and welcome to another episode of Brad Guy and Super Friends. I'm your host, Brian Labick. Joining me for this episode is Andy Stoll.
And he tried to surprise me, so I'm taking over. I'm sorry, Andy. I had to do that to him once. Go ahead.
Didn't hurt me any. I think you screwed up Andy, though.
Yeah, I definitely screwed up Andy. I fucked it all. I fucked it all.
It's all good.
All right, so yeah, Andy's here and Mike Bradley's here. You guys can figure out who wants to talk first.
Sorry, go ahead, Andy.
I'll let you guys fight
I will defer
it.
to you.
No, you're good.
I wasn't meaning to interrupt you. I was meaning to fuck with Brian's thing, and it just didn't work right.
For the Battle Royale episode, Mike's trying to fight people already on the intro.
It didn't work. It didn't work. It was a poor planned idea here. It just... Oh, man.
All right, Andy's good for his intro. Mike, anything to add for your intro?
Well, there's the Jeopardy category thing, where I'm going to announce a Jeopardy category for when we have our 150th episode, so that these guys can be a little bit prepared when the time comes. For those who don't know,
I forgot any of the categories you may have mentioned in the past.
Oh, for the love of... Okay.
So whatever you tell us now, I'm sure I will forget by the time we get to the actual Jeopardy.
Well, so the thing is that we don't know when, what order this is going to be released in, but there's another podcast that will be up eventually that has 2 other categories that were mentioned. I'm going to mention another one here tonight, and what the hell, we'll go for 2 since we don't know when it's actually going to happen. So first, we have before and after. That'll function just like it does on Jeopardy. That's all I'm going to say about that. The other one was Keanu
Now
Johns.
and later?
Before and after.
Wow. Maybe we could do now and later instead of before and after and then just make a play on it. I don't know. But Keanu Johns is the other category that will be in Jeopardy. So, do with that what you will.
I don't even... Yeah, see, The categories are cryptic to me that I don't even know what to like research or prepare for any of this stuff.
I believe one of the categories was colorful pottery or something like that. Playful pottery or...
Potent pottery.
That's what it was.
Yes.
So yeah,
Potent pottery was one of the other categories.
Yeah, the whole this is how well we prepare. I told Mike we're not gonna the episode we first recorded where he announced two categories are not gonna go up right away. So this one's probably gonna beat it out. And yet we're still referencing stuff we recorded, but it's gonna show up and be posted after this one. So they're gonna be all out of order. It's gonna be fucking great. You guys keeping track of all the stuff that we're doing. So we're really confusing us. We're confusing everyone else. It's gonna be great. I can't wait till we actually do Jeopardy. It's gonna be a shit show.
So we've released 4 categories so far, and we'll just name them all right here on this show. I'm not going to do this every time. This is the last time
I was
I'm
gonna say
going
maybe
over
that's
all
the
of
best
them.
thing to do. Is just recap them every time we do this.
So the 4 so far have been Cruisin', Potent Pottery, Keanu Johns, and Before and After.
Okay. How many categories are there in Jeopardy?
12.
Holy fuck nuts.
I put some work into this, man. There is a full game of Jeopardy. Single Jeopardy, Double Jeopardy, all with full categories, Final Jeopardy, 3 daily doubles. It's all there.
It's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a mess.
Well, we will see when the time comes, sir. I think we'll be fine. I think it'll be...
You have a lot more confidence in me than I do.
I think it'll be a fun time of trivia for you guys to see who's got the best all-around useless shit about this stuff knowledge going on.
I'll put Josh on the spot. Josh is gonna win.
We'll see.
If I had to pick one person.
Well, there are some categories I know Josh will fail hard at. Because Josh does not play video games.
Ooh.
So, he may be in trouble in said categories. Which,
there you go, Josh.
for the
Study
hell
up
of it,
on some video games.
One that I will bring up is another category. We'll give you a bonus category tonight. Bonus category. Because we're talking about Josh and how he may fail in video games and all of this, so I may as well mention it now. It's
real
called...
quick, though. I was going to say, listeners, you couldn't see it from, listening to the podcast, but Mike's eyes lit up when he's like, I'm going to give you a bonus category. He is really excited about these.
Bonus category. Everybody's excited about bonus anything, man. It's just like, it's a bonus. Who doesn't want a bonus, But Josh, this category is for you, so I hope you do listen. You can live tweet Brian when it happens, but it is called Between Two Mediums. What that means, and this is one I will give an explanation on so Josh doesn't berate me or anything for stealing his idea. There's going to be some correlation between video games and movies that is required for this work, or TV.
Interesting.
You're going to have to nail down the correlation. That's about all I'm going to say about it. So,
all right.
Study up on that one, I guess.
Watch all of your movies and video games that you can.
Yes.
Between now and then. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. All right, I think I'm going to try to feed us into the point of this episode, I guess. Originally, I had tried to schedule to get our impressions on Venom, which I couldn't get everyone scheduled for that I wanted to, so we opted instead for a Battle Royale episode. Which this will be our... This is the Rumble Double Jam. This is our 4th one, I think, that we've done. We've done 3 other ones. It's been a while since we did one, and these are usually a lot of fun to do. If you're unfamiliar with this type of episode, each of us comes up with some sort of group of characters or something to battle it out. We debate and decide who the winner is from each of these matchups. At the end of the episode, we'll put all the winners in their own match and then try to determine who will come out on top. These are always fun for us. Andy has been known to have some ridiculously amazing matchups that I'm excited to see what he brings to the table here.
I don't know about amazing, but...
Amazingly ridiculous. I think that description fits.
I think that's fair.
So we decided beforehand we're gonna go. Mike's gonna do a category, Andy's gonna do a category, and then I'm gonna wrap up the rear here. So we're gonna start with Mike. Mike, give us your first battle.
All right, first battle. Let's have some fun. If I can find it on my list here, where the hell did it go? Sentient Vehicles. We shall start with. That should be fun, right? So, battling it out, we have Kit from Knight Rider.
Okay.
Christine from Christine. Herbie from Herbie Fully Loaded. Lightning McQueen from Cars. The Gadget Mobile from Inspector Gadget. And Thomas the Tank Engine.
All right, wait. I was trying to write them down, and I lost somewhere in the middle. I got Kit, Christine, Lightning McQueen. I think I missed one in between Lightning McQueen and Christine.
Herbie from Herbie Fully Loaded.
Yeah, Herbie the Love Bug.
Yes.
And then what were the other ones after Lightning?
The Gadget Mobile.
And Thomas the Tank fucking Engine.
And Thomas the Tank Engine.
All right.
I feel like going in when I said that, you guys thought it was going to be a lot cooler.
I thought for sure Optimus Prime was somewhere in here.
I don't know that he's a vehicle.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
He is more than meets the eye.
So, I'm going to test your Thomas the Tank Engine knowledge here. Does Thomas the Tank Engine ever leave a railroad track?
I have no fucking clue.
Because I don't know the answer either, and I was hoping someone could back me up on that. Because I don't know if the fight does not go near a railway, I feel like he's out of it.
I don't think either of the three of us have kids.
He does. He does. It's an Ant-Man.
That's not the sentient version of the vehicle, though. That's a large toy.
You both have points about this.
I mean, everyone else has wheels, and obviously they drive on the road, so
yeah,
they're fair game to pretty much fight anywhere. But Thomas, if he's stuck on the railroad track, he has to time it really well that it's across, the crossway of a street somewhere that he can take the railroad tracks to be a part of the fight.
Well, maybe that's the thing.
Okay.
Maybe the others don't know that he's a part of the fight, and he just catches them at red lights.
Like a battering ram.
Yeah,
so
he's
are
like...
T-bones everybody.
Are there drivers here as well? Like, do we have George Carlin as the conductor? Do we have David Hasselhoff and, Inspector Gadget?
I think the drivers are there, but they cannot assist. They can drive in the cases that they need to drive. Like, Kit obviously cannot drive the car itself, I don't believe.
Not as... It's been such a long time since I watched Knight Rider.
Yeah. Same here. But as far as I know, in this scenario, they can maneuver the vehicle, but they could not, he could not Hasselhoff the victory.
Okay.
And I'm out of touch with my Knight Rider knowledge too. Is Kit loaded out? Does Kit have weapons? Or is it just an intelligence in the car?
I think it's just an intelligence in the car. I don't recall any weapons.
I don't recall any weapons either.
Okay.
I think it's just intelligence in the car.
Yeah.
And those cool red lights on the front.
Yeah.
So the Gadget-mobile might actually be pimped out then, because that has gadgets to use.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, the Gadget Mobile is
That big
essentially
fucking mallet.
Yeah, it's essentially Inspector Gadget in vehicle form. It's definitely got a lot going for it.
Lightning is super fast, though.
And Christine is supernatural.
See, Lightning might be like a little bit of a wild card, because I feel like since the car is the person, I think he's a little bit more maneuverable than most cars. Like agile, like he can contort the car. You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah, his car, the body of the car is more
solid.
Yeah, more.
He's not a brick with
fluid.
wheels.
Yeah. I mean, Herbie's dead for sure.
Is it because Lindsay Lohan's in it? Come on.
No, that should be a redeeming factor. That was right at her prime, but
yeah, that was before the train wreck.
Yeah.
Actually, that's probably what happened. Is Thomas the Tank Engine nailed Herbie the Love Bug on the tracks. And Lindsay Lohan just went to shit after that happened. So Thomas the Tank Engine gets a double kill on Herbie and Lindsay Lohan's normal life. He's off to a good start. I think Kit is kind of fucked here. I'm going to be honest. I don't see Kit. Kit's intelligent, but I feel like...
Yeah, I thought Kit was tricked out with, like, at least some guns or something on it.
No, I don't think so.
I think she just had the Hoff, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right,
and,
so
and
let's...
sarcasm.
Yeah.
That's not a really good weapon to use in this fight.
All right, so I'm taking Herbie out of the equation. I'm going to cross Kit out of the equation. And I don't know much about Christine, so I can't contribute to that car.
Hold on, I will get you the general Wikipedia description of Christine, so I don't...
Because right now I'm leaning towards the Gadget Mobile.
Yeah, I'm trying to put Gadget Mobile against Lightning McQueen, and I can't see a way that Lightning comes out on top unless he has Mater's help.
Yeah, because if you're forcing these things to fight, like I think Lightning could outrun the Gadget Mobile, but that doesn't declare a winner. If you force them to fight, I think Gadget Mobile takes Lightning McQueen.
Okay, so to give you the general outlook. So I don't know whether you're aware or not, but Christine was a 1958 Plymouth Fury. Pretty awesome looking fucking car. So at least you can see it in your mind. So essentially Christine was able to kill the passengers by crashing.
And then the car's fine?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so that ups the game. Christine's in the running. Because that could be a battering ram that just comes back to life after it takes out other cars.
Yeah, like it
sounds like the car that won't die. Like I feel like
it's not the car that won't die. It's not necessarily that the car doesn't get harmed. It usually finds somebody to repair it. You know what I mean? Okay. Because it's such a beautiful car, it draws somebody in to be like, oh man, I gotta make it good again. And then once it is good again, it just kills them again. Think of it like a haunted sentience, if you will. It's hard to describe exactly.
All right, so that's Christine would definitely take someone out, and then they, might be out of the running after it takes somebody else out.
All right, so yeah, let's say that that's how Kit goes out. Christine just crashes into Kit, and that's how Kit is out.
All right, Thomas the Tank takes out Herbie.
Yeah. Christine takes out Kit and itself.
So who takes out Thomas?
Well, we're down to Lightning.
Mobile?
I don't think
Gadget Mobile, definitely.
Yeah, I don't think Lightning can do it against Thomas.
I mean, he might be able to derail him if he hits him fast enough.
He's just a little sports car.
That's true.
That sports car pulled that whole asphalt.
Pulling is different than impact. I'm saying, like, I'm trying to think of a scenario in which Lightning can take on Thomas or Gadget Mobile.
I mean, whether it's the Gadget Mobile against Thomas or the Gadget Mobile against Lightning McQueen, I still think the Gadget Mobile comes out on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got too many things up its sleeve.
Yeah, to me, it's the wild card. You don't know what it's going to pull out of the car.
Yeah, go Gadget train killer, and it just it's like, oh look, or I don't know, what go Gadget steel wall, and it just drops it in front of Thomas when he's going full speed.
What a way to go, Thomas.
Hey, you know what?
Gadget mallet.
Yeah, I am actually really surprised Thomas lasted as long into the battle as he did for being as kind as he is, but I feel like if it's a battle royale, they gotta fight, and
Yeah, somebody scuffed his paint. He got pretty pissed off.
Yeah. That's fair.
Herbie gave him the side eye. He was like, I ain't dealing with that shit.
So I'm thinking the Gadgetmobile goes for a double kill on this one.
It just whips out as many mallets as there are cars and just smashes everybody.
Well, I was going to say, don't forget that the Gadgetmobile can fly.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I think that puts it, way above the others. But
all right, yeah, I'm going Gadgetmobile.
I'm saying it picks up Thomas and drops Thomas from an incredibly high height onto Lightning McQueen.
I don't see a way that anybody else can beat the Gadgetmobile.
All right. Gadgetmobile, I think, takes this one.
All right.
First fight down.
Gadgetmobile moves on.
All right, and on to Andy's first one.
Okay. So, I have statues. That's right, statues.
I feel like this is just going to end in like a staring contest between statues.
That's what I'm thinking.
Which one will time take down first?
Wait, what are they each made out of? Let's try to figure this out.
It's made of granite, stone, or marble.
No, it's statues, and they're varying sizes, but we're gonna put them all in the same size. Either shrink them all down to the smallest one, or make them all as big as the biggest one. Somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Fair enough.
And then they're all alive or whatever.
They can move.
Yeah. Fight each other. You ready?
Yeah.
I am ready.
Okay, we got the Statue of Liberty.
Of course.
I
immediately just started thinking Ghostbusters too.
Exactly. Yep. As soon as he said statues, that's what I was thinking. Was like, does she have the Ghostbusters?
No Ghostbusters, but Statue of Liberty. Okay. Colossus of Rhodes.
I don't know if I know that one.
One of the original Seven Wonders of the World.
Yes. Did you ever play God of War, Brian?
Negative.
Okay. It's one of the bosses in God of War as well.
Okay.
We got the statue of Zeus at Olympia.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Thinker.
Oh,
I know what that one is.
We have Michelangelo's David.
Okay.
This next one is a little out of the box, but it's the Easter Island heads.
Okay. All of them or just one?
We'll say 3.
Okay.
Not all. Not one. But 3.
Well, I just got to know, because if they got, I don't know how many of them there are. There's a lot. I feel like they could win by attrition.
Yeah. And then the Sphinx, the Great Sphinx.
All right, now, the question I have to ask is the ones where their mythological or real-life counterparts had abilities. Do they retain those abilities? Does Zeus have lightning?
Zeus cannot zap shit out of his ass, no.
The Sphinx is not the mastermind that it was in mythology?
No.
Okay, so it's just the statues as they are.
Yep. Cat, human, whatever the fuck it is, yeah.
Okay.
Cat human.
No, I just want to know, because the Sphinx was like a trickster, you know what I mean, in mythology.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
You have all these different aspects, but if it's just down to the statues themselves, that changes things. Okay, so... My first instinct is the Statue of Liberty. The reason is that the Statue of Liberty is not made of stone. It is made of metal.
Metal, yes.
Which I think is going to kick the shit out of some stone.
It could. It could, potentially, yes.
But I don't know what there's a couple of them I don't know what they're made out of. I know Colossus of Rhodes and the Zeus at Olympia are made of stone. They're not made of, granite or marble. The incredibly hard versions of stone that they make some statues out of. But I'm not sure what the Thinker is. I'm thinking of this in those terms of, which one's going to crush the other one because of what it's made out of? Same with David. I'm not sure what that is. I'm like...
Well, this is where it gets tricky, because it's like the cat-human thing of the Sphinx. Like, if it is...
It's going to claw people's...
Right. You're thinking like a cat thing, so it's got to be agile, maneuverable. But if you're taking into consideration what it's made of, which is, the rock and stuff like that, it would crumble apart if it starts to move like that. So how much leeway are we giving these things?
He makes a good point.
They would not crumble of their own volition.
Okay. Then I'm going Sphinx. I think cat-human thing. How can you beat that?
Yeah, but Michelangelo's David would walk around with his wang out. You wouldn't think that would be a distraction.
Dangle it in front of the cat-human thing. And
I think the cat-human thing would,
for a while.
would fucking shred it if he dangled it. I think that's how David goes down, actually.
All the more reason.
Dangles his junk
Sphinx
in front
is going
of
to
the
take
Sphinx,
it.
and the Sphinx is like, fuck you. And just, you can't see what I'm doing. I'm on camera with them. I'm making a swatting show of what a cat might do at the junk of David.
But then again, you got the 3-on-1 with the Easter Island heads.
You do. I gave them 3 because obviously they're just heads.
Yeah, they have. They like, how do they move? Do they have to roll, or are they able to hop?
Hop. I'll say hop.
Okay. Well, I'm just wondering because they don't have legs. Like it's.
All right, so if they're just hopping around, yeah, I'm still saying Sphinx because Sphinx has to have the freedom of movement.
You think the Sphinx? The Sphinx is going to take down the Statue of Liberty or the Colossus of Rhodes?
Colossus of Rhodes is a bad motherfucker, man. That's a
yeah.
Did you look up a picture?
It's still a human, though. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's still like human form. I'm thinking the cat of it with claws and whatnot.
Okay. Well,
but the Statue of Liberty's got that torch, man. In that book. I
was gonna say I've got a cat right here, and it just
beat
rolls
the cat
on its...
with the book.
The cat just rolls on its belly and is just kind of like, oh,
That's pure cat, though. The Sphinx has a human face.
So it has
it's
more
like a
nerve
centaur,
endings and is
but a cat.
Able to.
I'm saying
further
like the
enjoy
human knows
the
what's
pets.
going on. The human is good enough to focus on what the fuck's happening, and it's a battle to the death. And then he knows that he's part feline and just scratches everybody to death.
But are stone claws going to scratch the metal of the Statue of Liberty?
Yes.
Not even just stone, sandstone. Like let's be very clear about this.
I was riding high, Mike. You had to shut me down. Cut my legs out from under me here.
I come back to the Statue of Liberty, 1, because America, and 2, also it's the metal thing. Like the Colossus of Rhodes is a warrior, so it's like I feel like, damn, that could put up one hell of a fight. But again, it comes down to metal versus stone.
Or does the thinker outthink the rest of them?
Well, we have not got to that one. That is a good point.
Yeah. What if he's
the thinker outsmarts them all?
Like he's like, okay, Statue of Liberty, I won't be able to puncture or hurt it. So what I'll do is I'll put it against the Colossus and the Sphinx and get all those, in there together.
And then drown the Statue of Liberty because it would sink even worse than a stone. But it's in rust away to nothing in the ocean. The thinker, you can't discount the thinker, and the statue of Zeus, again, without the lightning bolt,
he still has the fork thing.
Trident.
There we go. I couldn't come up with trident. I'm sorry.
It's okay. So he does have a weapon.
Yes.
And I believe that's
the Statue of Liberty's got the torch. So.
Right.
And a book.
And that book, man, he's going to wallop somebody with that fucking book.
That's like a tablet, right? That's not a book, right?
Same damn thing.
I think the torch comes into play more than the tablet. It is a tablet, but I think the torch comes into play.
And don't forget David's wang. So
is the first thing to go. We've already established the Sphinx will wreck him.
I agree. Even if David's fighting something else and it's just bouncing all around, the Sphinx is gonna be drawn to it the way a cat would.
And suddenly I'm just picturing the Easter Island heads just bouncing around in the background and trying to like bounce up and headbutt people, and it just failing miserably.
Well, remember, they're all the same height. They, like everything's the same size in this.
Right, but they're not gonna like be able to sit still on the ground and try to do like they'd just be able to like rock back and forth with no arms or legs. So they have to bounce up and try to headbutt somebody.
What if they can
and then jump
hop
on top of them and just?
I was gonna say, what if they can hop on top of each other and form like a super being? They can like be 3 high and they're like 3 times.
That's where I draw the line.
Like
that is ridiculous.
Like an Easter Island totem.
Yes. Yeah, they
yeah,
stack them up, and then they
that's
sacrifice the top one to kill one of the other things by just tipping it over and letting one of them go, and it just crushes something else.
See, now it's too ridiculous for me. I can't handle this. Because you start talking about stacking like that, suddenly I'm envisioning them in a trench coat and a top hat trying to sneak into the store and buy some beer.
See, I feel like it's the thinker that tells them to do it.
Yes, exactly, like the minions.
They stack like minions. There you go. See, I'm thinking the thinker tells them to do that so that he can dwindle their numbers down because he knows 3v1 he couldn't take them. So he tells them to do that, and they dwindle their numbers down, and it's down to 1 Easter Island head after they kill, say, Zeus and... I don't know, pick one of the other ones.
I already feel like this has gone on way too long.
I'm saying you're at Statue of Liberty or Thinker. That's where I'm at. I don't know about you guys.
I was betting everything I had on the Sphinx, but you shut me down pretty good, so I'm not feeling the Sphinx as much anymore. So it basically comes down, do you want intellect or do you want strength?
Well, I'm going to say in this case I still go Statue of Liberty. Because I feel like she's not stupid.
Yeah.
She, like the other
Plus
ones...
Ghostbusters too.
Yeah, that's... I mean...
Love.
Go ahead.
Uplifted me.
Go ahead, continue.
I wish I knew more of the song.
All I know is higher. Higher.
Oh yeah, higher and higher. Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I remember about that song.
I'm gonna vote Statue of Liberty.
Alright, even though I'm gonna stick to my guns and say Sphinx, she's gonna lose. It's 2-1. Statue of Liberty takes it. I just didn't want to, go with the crowd. I'm sticking to my guns. Sphinx is going to lose, but I'm backing her up.
All right.
All right, so I guess it's my turn. For my first one, I only got 4 people in here. Technically, I thought of this fight only because of 2 characters that I wanted to face off and see what we think. So I just tried to pad it with a couple others, so I don't expect them to win, but we'll see how it goes. I picked some Keanu Reeves characters. So we have John Wick, Neo, Johnny Utah from Point Break, and Jack Trevin from Speed.
Does Neo have all of his abilities?
I'm going to say yes, because really I wanted John Wick and Neo to face off.
I don't think that's even a match.
Yeah, that's pretty much Neo.
Neo's basically Superman. Like, he's not like... He's more than Superman. He's like,
see,
if
John
Superman
Wick does so...
wrote the comic.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess if Neo could stop bullets, that kind of takes a lot of John Wick's stuff away from him. So how do we level the playing field?
Well,
John Wick can do hand-to-hand. He does not need bullets.
Well, don't forget now, if John Wick can manage to press the gun to his temple and pull the trigger, maybe he can win.
That's a struggle, because...
Neo can fly.
I know Kung Fu.
Yeah, and he can fly, and even if he does shoot him, Neo can push the bullets out.
So I guess there is no way to make this fair fight, is there? Now that at the time I was like, oh, this is going to be great. And now that
even
I did not think this through well enough.
I mean, I'm still going Johnny Utah out of all of this. Like, if we're talking about John Wick versus, versus Neo, I just don't see.
It takes a lot of strength to let your friend just go into the waves.
Well, that's what he's gonna do to Neo.
Yeah, just go to the waves, man.
Via con Dios. And then just fucking Neo just is like, you know what? The world's fucked. Or Neo, actually, there. That's how Neo's out of this battle. I think it's a more fun battle if we can get Neo out of it. Neo sacrifices himself. No, we don't have to nix him. He sacrifices himself so the others can battle for the safety of the world. I mean, I think,
You might be able to beat Neo as long as Trevin can keep him under 55 miles.
Over
55.
Yeah.
No, because if he gets him under, he'll blow up.
That's true. That's what needs to happen. Is Neo needs to be flying, and Trevin needs to get on his back. And then he'll get the call, like, if Neo goes under 55 miles an hour, he blows up. And so he's got to be like, dude, Neo, you got to keep going. And, like, he tells, but really, Jack's like, this is a battle royale. I'm going to get this son of a bitch. So he finds some way to manage to slow him down, and Neo blows himself up.
First off, I want to thank you guys for trying to make this respectable, because I don't think I thought this through enough to present this battle.
You really didn't.
So part of me just wants to nix this, and we'll just try someone else's battle.
No,
because you're right. Neo should win this handily without a contest.
Yeah, I mean, Wick would be his, top competitor, but it's really no contest there even.
Right.
I still go with Johnny Utah.
Look, I think you just like saying Johnny Utah.
Well, it is a fun name to say. But there's certain things about Johnny Utah you can't discount. He was a college quarterback. And he went pro, man. He busted his knee.
No, I got a better battle. No, we're taking Neo out. We're putting in Shane Falco.
Oh my God.
Footsteps Falco?
Fuck Neo.
Yes.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, because honestly, it's okay that you had Neo. What you did is you put Superman against peasants. And that's okay. Yeah. But now that Falco's in there... See, I feel like John Wick... I feel like Falco is the only one that has a legion of goons between him and John Wick. Because I feel like that football team, the Sentinels, they were the Washington Sentinels. I feel like that team is going to be protecting their quarterback.
Do we have the team, or is it just Falco?
If you have a quarterback, you have a team.
The fact that we've never seen Shane Falco use a weapon, I'm going to give him the team.
Well,
the team is his weapon.
He did throw some punches, though, didn't he?
Yeah, but everyone else has wielded a gun.
Well, didn't he throw
He's got a cannon.
Well, I was going to say, didn't he throw the football at the ref?
The football is his weapon.
Didn't he throw the football at the ref? No. That was longest yard. Never mind. Yeah, that was Adam Sandler in Longest Yard, where he hit the ref in the nuts with the ball.
John Wick gets guns. Johnny Utah gets a gun. Jack Traven gets a gun. Shane Falco gets his offensive line and a football.
He gets his gun. But I'll tell you this. That's an interesting battle, because I feel like Utah and Falco are going to face down. I feel because they're both quarterbacks. I feel like it's going to happen. It's the quarterback battle.
It's not going to be who can kill the other one. It's going to be who can throw the football the longest.
I could throw it clear over those mountains. Yeah, because a couple of those offensive linemen shot guns. So.
Oh, that's true.
They were armed. Yeah. And the one's a sumo wrestler.
Have some backup. All right. This is getting interesting now.
Yeah. So since he gets his offensive line, does Johnny Utah get Gary Busey?
All right, so I feel like this is already getting pretty out of control as well. So I feel like we just need to tie this one off and pick a winner and go on.
All right, so the easy choice is John Wick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now the question is though, did any of these guys actually kill his puppy? Because if not, I don't know if he'd be motivated enough to do it.
That's a decent point as well. I'm going to say no. There's been no puppy killing.
Okay. He still
So
has.
John Wick's very passive.
He still has all the skills, though.
He does.
Yeah, because then at the other side of it too, I don't think John Wick would attack unless being attacked, and if it's a battle royale scenario, even if he's trying to be passive, someone's going to come at him.
Yeah.
And then he's going to go off.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna go John Wick.
All right, yeah, I feel like Wick wins by default because of a poor planned fight.
Yeah. He doesn't.
I'll take the hit on that one.
Actual competition. I mean, no, he doesn't have competition.
All right, I apologize for that inconsistent fight. Back to Mike.
Oh shit! Back to me. Okay. For this one, let's go ahead and go with classic video game bosses.
All right.
For this, I just made the determination that the video game itself and the boss also had to be classic. So, I didn't pull out things where, Contra was classic and the boss was, I don't even know the name of it anymore. Like, I kind of put it as if you can remember the name, remember the game, classic video games, that's what it had to be.
Okay.
So obviously first we have Bowser. You can't have this list without Bowser. Can't have the list without Ganon.
Yep.
Same goes for Dr. Wily from Mega Man. Dr. Robotnik.
Oh yeah,
you have to have him there. We have Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat.
Ooh, that motherfucker.
M. Bison from Street Fighter.
Okay.
And we also have one more on the list that I don't know, I kind of hedged on whether or not to include, but we have Mike Tyson from Punch-Out.
Fuck Little Mac.
I had that's why I was hedging. Around. That's why I was
Fuck
hedging.
Little Mac.
Because I didn't know whether or not it would piss off Andy enough to have Little Mac in the conversation again. But yes, that's where we're at there. And there's dozens and dozens more we could potentially include, but those sounded like the best options to me.
So I'm already leaning towards the fighters, Shao Kahn and M. Bison. Ganon's up there, I think, for me too.
Ganon's pretty good, yeah.
Bowser breathes fire.
Robotnik and Wily, though, I mean, they have some serious intellect and a lot of really neat contraptions.
Yes. Very
My question is,
complicated.
Can M. Bison or Shao Kahn get past those?
Shao Kahn possesses people, right? Couldn't he just possess half the people he's
I think
fighting?
that's Shang Tsung.
That's Shang Tsung.
Oh shit! All
that's the sub boss. Shao Kahn is the boss. Shao Kahn, like the first game, Shang Tsung was the boss. Everything after that, it's been Shao Kahn.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, you can.
So I feel like there's some interesting battles here, and I think we've highlighted a few of them that I would want to see personally. I don't know where Mike Tyson fits in. Maybe we can have a 3-way battle royale within the battle royale between Tyson, M. Bison, and Shao Kahn. Because they're all kind of from combat fighting style games. And then Dr. Wily and Dr. Robotnik have their throwdown. And then we have Bowser and Ganon have theirs. Now, I gotta say, I think Ganon kicks the shit out of Bowser.
I was gonna say, can we agree Bowser's probably the first one to go?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
now Mike Tyson, get him the fuck out of there.
Yeah, Mike. I'm not going to disagree, but if he lands that uppercut, they're fucked.
Same with M. Bison.
Bison's a scrapper.
I mean, but could M. Bison one-shot you, though? I don't feel like he could. I mean, he could kick the shit out of you with some crazy-ass stuff, but I don't feel like he could one-shot you. Tyson was a one-shot.
Yeah, the problem with Tyson, though, is he's a one-trick pony. I don't think you figure that out, and it's pretty easy.
That's fair. He only has a punch. And it's not flaming. It's not armored. Okay, yeah. So we're down to M. Bison and Shao Kahn and Ganon. And then we have Wily and Robotnik. Who's coming out there? Like,
I feel like Robotnik would come out of that.
Ooh. So I was leaning towards Wily. Brian?
Yeah, see, I don't know as much about the villains, those two, as I remember. Like, I don't remember what their tricks are.
Basically,
I recognize the names and what they look like, but I can't think of what the hell they do.
they're both able... They both, well, Dr. Wily first, he created the... What are they called? The things Mega Man fights. The initial bosses. So if you play Mega Man, you have, Heat Man and Cut Man and all those things. He makes those.
Right.
Yep.
But he also makes contraptions for himself, just like Dr. Robotnik. They both, Robotnik you would fight at the end of pretty much every level in a different sort of contraption that he built.
Right.
Wily you would fight his I don't know what they are. You would fight the bosses, and then you would fight him throughout his level in several different forms of things that he created. But I feel like, now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like Robotnik is more creative.
Well, we talked earlier, are we allowing, Wily's creations in, or just him?
Well, I would say the creations he specifically uses. I wouldn't say
For him, okay.
we can have his legion of probably, I don't know, a couple hundred sub-bosses that he has by now. I don't think that would be fair.
Yeah, then I'd probably lean Robotnik myself. I think Robotnik. Between the two of them, I think Robotnik would be better.
Alright, and then M. Bison and Shao Kahn. Who are we getting?
Does Shao Kahn get the hammer?
Of course, it's his hammer.
Shao Kahn.
Shao Kahn, then.
Okay, I tend to agree. I think Bison is a little bit... He's definitely awesome, but he's just... I think he's outclassed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So between Ganon, Shao Kahn, and Robotnik,
Ooh.
Ganon.
Well, I didn't specify which form of Ganon. From which game.
I was thinking original.
Okay.
Because you said classic.
Yeah. I would say the classic would either be original or Link to the Past. I don't think we could go up to
Super NES. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you could go up to Ocarina of Time or anything and still be classic Zelda. Even though it is a classic now, it's still not the classic Zelda game, so... I would say the OG or Link to the Past.
I think I'm with Brian. I'd be hard pressed to put Robotnik or Shao Kahn above Ganon.
I think out of the three, Robotnik's the first to go. I think Shao Kahn can give him a run for his money, but I still think it's Ganon.
I can't come up with an argument against that.
Does Shao Kahn have silver arrows? No. So, yeah, it's Ganon.
Well, again, we're not including Ocarina of Time, but you could say his hammer is like the Megaton hammer. But, no. He does not have silver arrows, so that's a good point. I don't think Ganon can be overcome in this one.
Alright, Ganon it is. So that brings us to Andy.
So
real quickly, sorry, I just want to run down because I'm starting to look at this list.
The list of winners so far.
We have the Gadgetmobile versus the Statue of Liberty versus John Wick, and now Ganon.
That's shaping up to be a fun discussion. I can't currently name a winner, so I like it.
So I modeled this next one after, you guys remember the Anchorman news station battle?
Oh,
Jesus.
yes.
Yeah. So it's boy bands.
Jesus.
So we've got
NSYNC.
NSYNC.
I'm already NSYNC's gonna win.
NSYNC, 98 Degrees, the Backstreet Boys, New Kids on the Block, O-Town, One Direction, and Boys to Men.
New Kids, O-Town, Boys to Men.
One Direction.
One Direction, okay.
Okay, so I don't know dick about One Direction. I don't know dick about O-Town. So if they have some secret hidden badass in their group that I'm unaware of, you will have to
O-Town was
inform
like
me.
the MTV Make a Band. Like they put people together, recruited to make a boy band, and then they became a boy band. And they didn't last too long. They were more reality TV stars, I feel like, than boy band stardom.
Okay. That doesn't tell me how they're going to do in a Battle Royale, but
One Direction's a bunch of... I don't know how any of these people would do in a Battle Royale.
Well,
I'm thinking NSYNC because I prefer them as a boy band.
while I agree on that aspect of it, if we're talking just music, definitely NSYNC. But we're talking Battle Royale.
It's not a Battle Royale. It's a singing battle. They're just going to get in the ring.
No, we can't
start acapellaing everything.
Is this like Pitch Perfect battle? Like,
yeah, it's riff off. It's a riff off with the boy bands.
Well, my initial reaction was New Kids on the Block because
they're
Donnie
gonna
Wahlberg.
do a riff off with the Gadgetmobile and just get fucking in that way.
We expected a riff off, and then the Gadgetmobile smacks them all to shit.
It just ejects them into outer space.
Or the Statue of Liberty comes around, smacks them with the torch. This could go any number of ways. They're not surviving the winner's circle, that's for sure.
Again, I will say, if you choose NSYNC, there's no way. You go New Kids on the Block, you got that badass Donnie Wahlberg there.
Donnie Wahlberg is a badass. Joey Fatone is kind of badass.
I'll agree with Donnie Wahlberg,
Philly.
but I don't know about Joey Fatone. What makes Joey Fatone? Well, he had to live with that his whole life, and that had to be difficult. But I'm not sure what makes him a badass.
Just because he's funny.
Oh, okay, got it.
He's a Star Wars fan, Mike.
I'm not taking anything. I'm trying to keep it trio to the battle.
No outside influences.
Let's agree that O-Town and One Direction get curb stomped from the beginning, right?
As much as I did like O-Town in the back in the day, yeah, I'm gonna scratch them off. One Direction's a bunch of punks.
Yep.
They're done.
Okay. So then the Backstreet Boys. Now let me make a case here as well. Doesn't what's his name have a really big drug problem?
Maybe
Carter. Wasn't one of them like Carter something Carter?
There's a Nick Carter. Nick Carter was in Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he ran into like some serious drug problems.
Or was that his brother Aaron?
Aaron was the younger.
Is there a
artist.
difference?
Yeah, they're
no.
One's older and one's younger.
Okay, well,
one is part of Backstreet Boys, the other is not.
Okay, so then I'm not sure. Because if it was Nick that had the drug problem, I'd say he's a fairly dangerous guy then. Because whichever one of them it was, whichever one of them it was, always looked really strung out, and like he was, the potential to have the next violent outbreak. Or just shave his head like fucking Britney Spears and have that be the outbreak. But who knows?
I'm suddenly just picturing someone listening to this podcast and be like, nope, this is where I tune out. I'm done with boy bands.
that you know what? That's fair. I mean, I'll stick to Donnie Wahlberg kicks the shit out of everybody, and he's the only one left standing.
Every other person in New Kids goes down, but Donnie Wahlberg is there.
Yes,
I mean, he might be able to salvage a few of his bandmates, maybe protect them or help them out a little bit, but I think it's probably New Kids.
I'm gonna die on the NSYNC flag. That's where I'm going. NSYNC, baby, all the way.
New Kids are hanging tough, man.
I mean, I get outvoted if you guys are both going New Kids.
They've got the right stuff. I don't know. Just to end the boy band discussion, I'm gonna just stick with Andy on New Kids because Donnie Wahlberg.
Like I said, by far I'm the NSYNC fan, so I'm supporting my NSYNC buddies. But I'm outvoted, so New Kids are moving on to fight the Gadgetmobile.
Don't discount Donnie Wahlberg.
All right, so I guess it's...
Amy actually heard us discussing that, by the way. Evidently, it was Aaron Carter that had the drug problem. I got a text saying...
Well, who does she pick? Get her opinion out of these boy bands. Who is she picking? Did she already go back upstairs?
No, she didn't come downstairs. She text messaged me. She could hear me.
Oh. Text her right now. You can... We'll start the next one. You can let us know what she thinks in between.
You're just hoping for an NSYNC vote.
I need some more NSYNC help.
NSYNC doesn't have Donnie Wahlberg, therefore they lose. That's the only reason that New Kids wins. I'm sorry. It's just
anybody that knows me knows my massive man crush on JT, so I have to support my boy.
Okay, I get that JT, he's probably pretty badass, and he is kind of badass, but you still have Lance Bass.
But Joey Fatone.
You still have Chris Kirkpatrick.
Yeah, Kirkpatrick's the wild card. We don't know what the fuck he's going to do.
He's going to whip out his dreads and try to... explain why he had dreads, maybe, is what he's going to do.
That's a tactic. I support that tactic. All right, we've got... Okay, we're sidetracking again. All right, so my next fight, which I feel like should hopefully be better than the last one I had.
Hopefully.
I'm going to go with some time travel characters. So we have Cable, Bishop, the Terminator. That's the T-800, not the 1000.
Okay.
The Flash, and Samurai Jack.
I do not know much about Samurai Jack.
Nor do I.
All right.
So
I don't know if we can include him then.
Brief explanation.
He was a badass samurai ninja. Was about to kill his greatest foe, and then time traveled into the future, and had to fight a bunch of future beasts. But very, very, very badass samurai.
Okay. Badass samurai is what Samurai Jack is now. We had Cable, Bishop. What were the others again?
T800.
T800, and Flash.
And the Flash.
Now, is this the T800 that has been manipulated into being hasta la vista, baby? Or do we have, pure killing machine T800?
Let's go killing machine T800. Yeah, let's go. It's Battle Royale. He's going hunting.
Okay.
Okay. See,
I feel like fighting the T-800 is going to be like fighting a Sentinel for Bishop and Cable. So I feel like they'll be able to team up and take him down.
Yeah, I don't think the T-800 stands a chance here, just because it's up against people that are far overpowered. It is extremely difficult to cause harm to Bishop.
That's fair, yeah.
And I feel like the T-800 has absolutely nothing that could actually do it.
Except its core.
How's that going to cause harm to Bishop?
Well, maybe not Bishop, but it could take some other things out.
Okay.
So you're saying the T-800 goes sacrifice play and blows up and tries to take as many people as it can?
Well, I mean, I feel like it's going to self-destruct if it knows it's not going to win.
Okay.
That's fair. I could see that being how Samurai Jack goes.
Yeah.
That's not going to get Cable.
Yeah, he's too smart for that.
Yeah.
Bishop would just absorb it and probably
use it to kill somebody else.
I was going to say, annihilate the shit out of somebody. Would that kill Cable?
What, if Bishop reused the energy?
Yeah, from the core?
Well, here's the problem with Cable being in this fight. You can forget Professor Xavier. Cable is the most powerful telepath that's ever been in the X-Men universe. I think that presents serious problems for the other humans. Now,
But is he faster than the Flash?
does he have to be? He's as fast as a thought. If he can...
But does he have to be, like... He can't just, like, think it, right? He's sort of got to be focused on the Flash if there's other shit going on.
Okay. That's fair.
If Cable's more worried about Bishop, especially if they have a history...
Well, the thing is, Cable and Bishop would probably team up and kill everybody. Because they were...
See, I didn't think they liked each other for a while.
It depends on who's writing the story.
No, I guess that's fair.
But I don't know. That like it presents all kinds of problems. Like, can the Flash outrun the speed of thought? And I don't know. I don't have an answer to that question because the Flash is the Flash. So there's a definite maybe.
I'm gonna give it to Flash.
Well, here's the other problem. Somebody's got to kill Bishop for Flash. Because it doesn't matter how fast he goes, kinetic energy cannot harm Bishop. He just
Flash
would absorb it.
Even like in the comics, I think too, but especially in the TV show, Flash has the move where he can phase through people and things. So that's nothing that Bishop could absorb, right? If he phases through him to grab, say, his heart.
Could Kitty kill Bishop?
It's a phasing thing.
That's
not energy that Bishop could absorb.
It is and it isn't. That, like, the instant he solidifies, it is energy that he can absorb. I think Bishop is a character that can really put that phasing question into action. Because the instant that you unphase, he can blast you into oblivion. Just for touching.
Right, but he'd be, like, punctured. Like, so I don't know.
Does phasing actually puncture, though? I was under the impression they had to keep phased all except what they were trying to do, otherwise they would harm themselves.
Well, yeah. Like, he'd have to phase in and out type of thing.
Yeah, like if you phase through his ribcage to grab his heart, and you unphase your arm that's in his ribcage, you now have a ribcage in your arm as well as grabbing his heart.
Yeah.
So it kind of works both ways in that sense for that. So I don't think it's necessarily the puncture wound that's doing it. That's a question that's really tough.
Because I've seen, at least in the TV show, they use it in the TV
but
show.
Doesn't he have to use the speed to do it, though?
Yeah, he vibrates so fast that he sort of phases through things.
See, that's not the same as Kitty Pryde, then. Or Vision.
Well, I guess they still call it the same. The phasing.
Right. Well, it's phasing, but he's doing it with energy. He's using that vibrating energy to phase.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
So he's like, whereas Kitty's just going. What would be the term? Not invisible. Not what the hell would be the actual term? God damn.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't think.
Yeah, the word is escaping me at the moment. But she's actually phasing, whereas he is using speed and energy to phase.
Okay.
So I still think there's impact there for Bishop to absorb. In some way, that he's able to do it so fast that something happens, but there still has to be energy touching. I don't know. This is a really hard.
How did Bishop go out in Days of the Future Past?
In the movie?
Yeah.
The Sentinel mimicked his ability.
Ah.
And then just kind of reconverted the energy back into him to the point that he could not contain it. So, like, Bishop, it was kind of like overcharging a battery repetitively, is what happened to Bishop in that movie.
So, could Flash just...
Yeah, with that logic, if Flash hits him fast enough and repeatedly...
Yeah, could Flash just,
well,
what did you say, vibrate enough to the point where Bishop is way overloaded?
No. Not in the same way the Sentinel did. Because what the Sentinel was doing is every time that Bishop unloaded energy, it was absorbing it and pushing it back into him. Because it was mimicking his ability to absorb the energy. And it was pushing it back at him the instant he would try to push out energy. If the Flash could absorb it and send it back at Bishop, then it would be the same. But just overloading Bishop, he could just unload the extra energy.
My gut reaction and everything, I wanted to say the Flash. Mike's bringing me around to Bishop.
Well, I'm still not sure about Cable. But I don't know. Like, that's really... I don't think there's a good answer to this question. I think you have 3 characters there that are going to be putting each other to the absolute limit of their abilities.
Yeah.
We need one.
Alright, scenario plays out. For me, Cable kills Bishop, Flash kills Cable. I think
Wait, back up, because how does then Cable kill Bishop? That's...
Because
if Bishop was getting hung up and not really being able to get killed by anybody else, now I'm confused how Cable dishes out Bishop.
Cable can kill Bishop with his mind.
Yeah, he overloads his brain with psionic energy that can't be absorbed.
Okay.
While he's doing that, the Flash kills him. I think that's a way that the Flash can come out on top. I could turn that any which direction and have any of those 3 come out on top. It's just a matter of semantics, I think, as to who the final
my gut reaction,
between.
like I said, was leaning towards the Flash, so I'll accept that just to put the Flash on top here. Andy, anything?
The Flash, yeah.
All right. Now, granted, I don't think we gave Samurai Jack enough credit, but that's probably because you guys don't know the series. I probably would have made him fight a little bit more, but I'm not going to try to explain. It's been a while since I've seen the show, because it was a cartoon like years ago. But I remember watching that a lot. But he took on some really crazy shit. And just being the badass samurai that he is, that his sword always seemed like it cut through so much crap and blocked a lot of stuff that I feel like he could have held his own pretty good. But like I said, I'm out of the game for that one. As much as I'd like to try to support him a little bit more, I don't have too much to stand on with that right now. So I at least want to give him some props.
Fair enough.
All right, back around to Mike.
I'm going to start with Amy's response to the
go. Okay.
question.
Insane.
So I asked her, well, then who wins? And her response was quite simply, I don't know. They're all fucking boy bands.
Supposed to back me up here, Amy.
But that is word for word what Amy had to say about the conversation.
That's not the point. The point is if you have to choose one, who's it going to be?
I don't think she gets that, but I don't think it's worth going back and forth with even more messages.
I'm going to send her a message later. After we're done with this, I'm getting an answer. All right. Next
you know
fight.
what? You do that. Okay, so next one we have for us is ninjas. Now, what qualifies as a ninja? I actually went with a fairly strict interpretation here. So, characters that are ninja-like are not included. The closest I almost included was Ra's al Ghul. I did not include, because he does not seem like a pure ninja to me. Similar to a ninja, but not, in fact, a ninja. At least in my eyes. So I stayed more pure to what makes a ninja.
Okay.
So we have 5 here that I could come up with that indisputably are ninjas. First is Ninja Gaiden.
Ryu Hayabusa.
Yes, Ryu Hayabusa. Next is Elektra.
Okay.
We have Leonardo from the Ninja Turtles. I figured just go with the leader rather than all 4 of them or anything like that. I figured Leo's going to come out on top there. Scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
I think we actually had that fight before all the turtles.
I think we did. But Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, and Shinobi from the Shinobi series.
Oh man, no Storm Shadow? Damn it.
No, but we can add Storm Shadow. I actually didn't think of that. That's fair enough. We can include Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. Or pick one. Pick one, not both.
Andy, I'll let you make the call. Which one? Snake Eyes or Storm Shadow included?
Oh man, I was always more of a Storm Shadow fan.
Alright, Storm Shadow it is.
Snake Eyes never talked.
That's because he's a badass.
Yeah, I mean, if it was a battle between Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow... But we're not including both. We're including one.
Right. Now, can we include Bit Brigade's playthrough as the guy? Because he's going to one-shot the fuck out of everybody.
I didn't even know that was possible until we saw them do that. It's like I've been playing this game wrong the entire fucking time.
Like, what the fuck? The boss is dead. How do you do that?
It's that like flip kick thing where he just spins around with the sword out
Yeah.
and they just go down.
All pretty badass. All pretty badass.
Yes, yeah, this is definitely...
Now, does Elektra have the black sky ability?
You're going to have to explain that to me. I'm not familiar with the Black Sky ability. What is...
Isn't that what the Defenders, where she comes back from life and...
Oh, you watched all up to date on the next Netflix shows?
No, I'm not. Honestly, I'm halfway through Luke Cage's next season, but I did not watch all of the Defenders or pretty much any of Iron Fist.
Okay, yeah, I think that's mostly a Defenders thing.
Okay. So
let's just say no, Andy.
Okay.
Just to take that out of the equation.
Okay.
As much as I love my Ninja Turtles, I don't know if Leonardo can hang with some of these other characters.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. He can always just pop into his shell. Gets in trouble.
He could. But the problem with Leonardo, in my opinion, is he is constantly with 3 of his brothers, and the 4 of them are constantly fighting a pretty badass ninja, and they never take him down. Because Shredder is pretty much a ninja.
I think it's a fair... Not to mention, I feel like Leo works better as a team. If he's solo...
Yeah, that's fair. He's definitely a team leader. He's a strategist.
He'd give a good fight, but I just don't think he's gonna make it.
I mean, Scorpion's basically a demon, so
Are we going with demon, or are we going with like before he even like goes to the underworld and is just the ninja?
No, we're going with Scorpion, not what is his name? Like something with an H.
Yeah.
So this is like take the mask off, breathe fire.
Yeah, this is full on
here.
Ninja Scorpion. Like
Okay.
he was a man at one time, but he wasn't known as Scorpion when he was a man.
Right.
See, to me, it narrows it down to Ninja Gaiden, Ryu, or Scorpion. Those are my 2.
Shinobi is pretty fucking badass too.
Yeah, he's on par with Ninja Gaiden, but if I had to pick one, I'm going Ninja Gaiden.
Okay.
Only because I played those games more. I have no leg to stand on with Shinobi.
I would love to see another Shinobi game come out. Like, I miss Shinobi. I wish they would, update it the way they did Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, that's where I'm basing most of my Ninja Gaiden knowledge off of the more recent Ninja Gaiden games, but he's just as fast-paced. He's lopping people's heads off and limbs. And
he's got Ninpo.
Yeah.
Has the fire and the crazy abilities. Yeah, I think...
And Scorpion being the demon and everything like that, he's got abilities that no one else does, so that's got to put him a leg up above everybody else, too.
Yeah, I definitely see Elektra, Leonardo, and Shinobi. You've swayed me on that with Shinobi. I think they're definitely out. But Ninja Gaiden versus Scorpion.
That's a bout right there.
Yeah. That's a tough call. Does Scorpion land the harpoon? Does that land? Can he tell him to get over here? Can he manage it? Can he...
Taking into account those Ninja Gaiden games that are real fast-paced, I'd say no.
Yeah, that's going to be the thing. But
we're talking like Ninja Gaiden Black and all those.
Right, yeah.
Let's not forget Scorpion can also teleport.
Can.
Oh, fuck, that's right.
Can't Hayabusa, disappear and...
You might have the basic ninja,
flame wheels,
smoke bomb thing.
Oh yeah, he definitely has fire abilities, but can those fire abilities actually harm Scorpion? Because Scorpion is kind of a fire demon.
He is a demon.
Who breathes fire.
But Johnny Cage killed Scorpion. Come on. If Johnny fucking Cage can kill Scorpion, I'm sure Ryu Hayabusa could figure out a way.
You just made me think of those movies again, and I just...
The first one wasn't too bad.
Dude, Mortal Kombat 1 is solid.
Yeah.
The
second one's piss.
Okay, but when it comes to Scorpion, Mortal Kombat 1 sucked. Because he has to put his palm out, and this thing slowly makes its way out of his palm to chase you. I don't know. I hated what they did with Scorpion. Everything else about it, awesome. Christopher Lambert is Raiden, fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But I'm getting sidetracked. I don't want to think about that Scorpion versus Johnny Cage fight any further. I'm going to limit this to video games. Just because I don't want to think of that. You can include it in your deliberations in your own head. Just don't bring it up again. It hurts. It pains me.
This is the Little Mac for Mike.
It pains me.
All you gotta say is Johnny Cage.
It's not even the Johnny Cage. It's just what they did to Scorpion in that movie. Just like Johnny Cage in that movie was amazing. When he does the split and punches Goro in the balls, it was fucking awesome. Like they included a lot of fun stuff. I'm not gonna, Anyways, So here's the thing. I'm going to go with Ninja Gaiden, personally. Because if you look at the more recent games, pretty much all the dude does is kill demons for a living.
Yeah. I was going to say, even in Ninja Gaiden 1, he's just killing demons.
Yeah, so I don't see Scorpion being more badass than the demons he's fought in that game.
Yeah, I agree. Ninja Gaiden for me.
I'm surprised by that result, but it makes sense.
Yeah, as much as I think that would be a close fight, Scorpion could take it, but yeah, I think the more we talk about Ninja Gaiden, and just playing, if you've played the games, I feel like you get a better sense of what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely think he could do it.
Do it.
All right, last one, I think, right?
Believe
Andy's
so.
got one more.
So this is Halloween theme.
That's the only theme? Just Halloween?
Yeah.
Okay.
Halloween monster, I guess.
Halloween monster, okay.
So we've got Dracula. We got Frankenstein's monster. We've got Wolfman. We've got Mummy. We've got Jack Skellington. We've got Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And we've got Slappy from Goosebumps.
All right.
So Slappy's dead, right?
Yeah.
Come on. What are they going to do?
Beat the crap out of that puppet. He's dead. He's so dead. Wolfman would tear him apart.
See, now I'm not on board necessarily with Slappy.
Yeah, exactly.
Going down. Maybe if Wolfman just thinks he's a chew toy, because I was gonna say Slappy's just gonna be sitting in the corner acting like he's dull. just like, and like he's not even gonna like actively fight. He's just gonna try and wait till they kill each other, and hope they don't notice that he's an actual thing.
Until Frankenstein's monster comes over, he's like, I just want to hug him and squeeze him. And
Mike, to your point, yes, I could see Slappy being a dick like that. But, yeah.
I mean, that's what he does, right?
Yeah, he just kind of creeps in the corner like, I'm not real until you turn your back. And, you know. I don't know. I mean, whenever somebody figures out that it's real, yeah, Slappy's fucked. Like, just the instant that they're like, oh, the doll's moving, let's kill it. And it's gone.
So I'm leaning towards Wolfman or Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Really? Not Dracula?
Pure primal rage, huh?
Yeah. I feel like Dracula would be in the running, but I don't know.
I feel like I also have to ask which version of the Mummy. Because if this is like
done Mummy, not the Mummy.
Okay, well, when you were listing them, you were like going Universal Monsters there, right in order. So I assumed you meant the Mummy. You mean a mummy?
Yes.
Okay, a mummy, not the mummy.
Traditional, like classic,
just
mummy Halloween monster.
So just a zombie in tatters. That's and definitely loses.
Yeah, he's the next to go after Slappy.
Yeah, someone's just gonna pull his band-aids off, and he's gonna be like,
which I'm actually happy for, because if it was the Mummy, yeah,
he'd take it.
Yeah, too many powers. So Slappy and the Mummy are out. That leaves us with Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, the Wolfman, Dracula,
Frankenstein's monster, and Jack Skellington.
Okay, Jack Skellington. I feel like Jack Skellington is probably next on the list to go.
Probably.
Yeah, he doesn't strike me as a fighter, so I don't know how well he'd survive.
Yeah. He's a lover, not a fighter. And that's okay. That's a good thing.
Right, yeah.
But
works for the movie.
Yeah, it does. Like, I'm trying to remember. Does he display any particular abilities that could be of use in this?
Frightfulness. I don't know.
All right.
Creativity.
He's crafty. I'll give him that.
So no. Is the general answer? Okay. Okay. So Jack Skellington's pretty much dead.
Yeah. So my only caveat with that, with Brian's Wolfman or Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, is who's smart enough to be able to kill Dracula?
He's got a point.
Dr. Jekyll would be, right?
But if he's Mr. Hyde, would he?
What's what I mean? Like, you'd have to, like, Jekyll would have to take out Dracula, but while he's Jekyll, he's fair game.
Right. So I feel like Dracula could kill Jekyll pretty easily. Like, I feel like if Jekyll tried to stake Dracula would just backhand him.
Yeah, just no bitch.
Yeah. Get out of here.
Wasn't that the whole thing with, like, the werewolf type of thing versus vampires? Isn't that... Could werewolves take vampires? Would Wolfman be able to take on Dracula?
Well, it's not like I wasn't going for the whole underworld
or Twilight
take on
Thank
him.
God.
Well, I just thought that was like a mythology thing, like not necessarily those franchises specific, but
well, if we're talking Wolfman versus Dracula, no.
Has to be specific, like werewolf?
Well,
we're not considering Wolfman a werewolf?
Well, Wolfman is the Wolfman. He's not a werewolf. He's the Wolfman. Like, to me, like, you, if you say the Wolfman, it's like saying a vampire versus saying Dracula. It's a specific character. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, and I would say...
I'm going to Google, is Wolfman a werewolf?
I think he is a werewolf. But I still think that to kill Dracula, you still need a stake to the heart. or sunlight. Because if this takes place during the day, I think Dracula's kind of fucked, right?
Well, yeah.
It says Wolfman is a synonym of werewolf.
Okay, so he is a werewolf.
Okay, fair enough.
So Wolfman is a werewolf.
Because I'm even thinking of the I don't know why this movie just popped into my head now, but the Hugh Jackman Van Helsing movie. That he basically has to be a werewolf to defeat Dracula.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't know if that's mythology for the movie or like monster mythology.
I don't know that they ever really crossed paths in like original mythology.
No, they as far as I know, they didn't. But there's been many forms of Dracula. Many, many, many forms of Dracula. And many, many, many forms of werewolf.
Because my thought, if the only way to take Dracula out is stake through the heart or sunlight, and that's what we're going with, Dracula takes it. If the werewolf is able to harm a vampire, and so if the Wolfman can take Dracula in that way, I'm saying Wolfman.
So who's killing Frankenstein?
I think either Dracula or the Wolfman could take out Frankenstein.
You think?
He is just kind of like a flesh golem.
Yeah. He might take a lot to go down, but he's going to go down.
Okay.
I think the Frankenstein and Mummy have a good conversation of just like that stuff.
Well,
they're
it depends on
talking.
which Frankenstein you're talking about.
Well, this is Andy's fight. He's got to establish what we're doing here.
Well, I'm just saying there's certain versions of Frankenstein where Frankenstein is very is very intelligent.
Yeah, I'm not getting that from, or at least my initial reaction was not the smart Frankenstein.
So you're thinking standard lumbering,
Just big and dumb.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Fred Gwynn.
That's why he's kind of been a non-factor in my decision-making process.
Fair enough. Yeah, if you're going with that one, okay. Still hard to take down, but not really smart enough to really pose a threat.
Right.
And we're assuming that Dr. Jekyll gets killed as Dr. Jekyll? Or are we...
Right. Yeah, if Hyde's in this, it's a whole different ballgame, I think.
Well... Yeah, that's...
But if we're saying, because we could even say Hyde takes out Frankenstein. Hyde versus Frankenstein would be a pretty good fight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And Hyde would definitely win. Because Hyde's like
but
a
at
fucking
some point,
beast man. That's just...
The brute has to go away, you would think, to take out Dracula, which is sort of where we got Jekyll involved.
But does Wolfman take out Dracula the way you were saying? And then you have Wolfman versus
we're
Hyde.
left with Wolfman and Hyde?
That's where I'm at. Like, is it Dracula versus the Wolfman, or is it Wolfman versus Hyde?
Well, if just the fact that you're naming Wolfman twice, I'm saying Wolfman takes it. If he is good enough to survive one-on-one with either one of those, I'm giving it to Wolfman.
Okay.
That's fair enough.
I don't have a good reasoning of how he's going to beat either one of those, but if he's in the running for that much, I'm going to give him props for that and say he's got it. Fight me on it.
I honestly can't think of a way that either one of them beats him either. So, yeah, I'm fine with that.
Because it's not like he would be transforming back into a human, right? He's just a Wolfman.
He's just the wolf.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the same argument as with Hyde, you know what I mean? Like, is it...
Right.
Because, obviously, Dr. Jekyll doesn't stand a fucking chance against any of them.
Yeah.
Maybe Slappy.
Except, I was going to say, maybe Slappy. I think he could take Slappy.
Okay, fair.
Are we just going to settle on Wolfman then?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Wolfman takes it, which brings us to our winner's circle.
Oh, God, this should be interesting.
Rumble Tumble Jammers!
Winner's circle includes the Gadgetmobile, Statue of Liberty, John Wick by default, Ganon, the New Kids on the Block, The Flash, Ninja Gaiden, and Wolfman.
Wow. Okay. So right off the bat,
I want to say The Flash, but then I'm like, how's The Flash going to take out the Statue of Liberty?
how's the Flash going to take on the Gadgetmobile?
I never thought I would ask.
Does the Gadgetmobile have a gadget to slow down the Flash? Find out on the next episode.
Statue of Liberty and Gadgetmobile got to throw down, so I don't know who would win out of that. Because are we saying the Statue of Liberty scales to be like Gadgetmobile size?
Yeah, I mean, I guess in this instance we have to ask Andy since that was his list. Now that it's the winner's circle, is the Statue of Liberty the Statue of Liberty size, or is it scaled still?
We'd say Ghostbusters 2.
Okay, so full size Statue of Liberty.
So Statue of Liberty crushes the Gadgetmobile.
Remember, Gadgetmobile can fly.
And the New Kids on the Block.
Because they're in the Gadgetmobile. Why not?
There you go. The New Kids on the Block were trying to operate the Gadgetmobile, and it just decided to become a murder machine and suicide machine at the same time. So,
I mean, at this point, I see every human character that does not have superpowers, including so John Wick, New Kids on the Block, Gadgetmobile, all get crushed by the Statue of Liberty.
I don't know, John Wick crushed by the Statue of Liberty. That feels like...
If it's Statue of Liberty size, he cannot outrun that big-ass fucking foot.
Fair. I guess. Alright. Well, that's fine. So we're down to Statue of Liberty, the Wolfman, the Flash. What else?
Ninja Gaiden and Ganon.
Ninja Gaiden and what?
Ganon.
Wow.
I mean, basically, I'm looking at this list and saying, what can the Statue of Liberty step on?
Well, what can stop the Statue of Liberty that's on this list? I think...
That's what I mean. I don't know what can.
Can the Flash run around the Statue of Liberty fast enough to ice it?
I feel like the Flash has the best chance of taking out the Statue of Liberty, but I couldn't tell you how he's going to take out the Statue of Liberty.
I think Ganon has a shot. Because Ganon's got some powerful magics.
Okay, that's true.
But...
I mean, the fact that the Statue of Liberty is just lasting this long.
Well, my question is, couldn't...
Ninja Gaiden ever taken down a demon the size of Statue of Liberty?
Scaling is difficult to say, but there is a dragon skeleton that's pretty darn close that you fight at one point. I don't know if that's technically a demon, but it is a boss.
Question is, could Ninja Gaiden beat Flash?
No.
Yeah, I don't see any way that... Honestly, to me, like, this is... I don't see the Wolfman or Ninja Gaiden holding up to Ganon, Flash, or the Statue of Liberty.
I mean, Hayabusa's fast. He's not as fast as the Flash, so I'm going to give it to the Flash in that scenario.
Yeah, and I think we can write off the Wolfman because, once again, the Wolfman has absolutely nothing to fight against Flash.
Yeah.
Or Ganon, honestly. Or the Statue of Liberty. It's like, I have claws and some teeth. And...
Part of me just wants to give this to America and be like, Statue of Liberty.
I'm trying to come up with a reasonable thing as to how the Flash or Ganon can take down the Statue of Liberty. And I'm trying to come up with something. And I'm not sure, here's the thing. The Statue of Liberty technically isn't alive. So you could have the Flash run like a bullet through its face, and there's no brain there to pierce, to kill.
Well, I'm even thinking of like some of the Flash's moves. Like he can throw lightning, but then that just charges the Statue of Liberty up into a big conductor.
And you give it lightning
so that
powers
doesn't help.
now.
Yeah,
Well, the other question is, we stated it earlier, can any of them kill Ganon? They don't have silver arrows.
True.
Could Ganon petrify the Statue of Liberty?
Does Ganon petrify?
I feel like he's a wizard and could do that.
I feel like we're reaching here, and we're trying to pull some back catalog stuff that none of us are really sure.
I actually know that Ganon does teleport you, doesn't he? Like, can't he throw a portal down that moves you?
I don't remember.
It's hard. I've played all of those games. I'm trying to remember all of the different shit that they've had Ganon do. And is any of it useful in this scenario? And other than like teleporting it to outer space, I feel like this is really difficult. She's gone from suck.
Andy screwed us with the statue one.
Well, I feel like it's not technically alive to begin with, so it's awfully tough to kill it. Like, what are our parameters for having killed the Statue of Liberty?
Pretty much just taking it down, I would guess.
Like I want to say the Flash, but again, I don't know how the Flash fights a big fucking statue. So I want to give it to the Statue of Liberty, but I also don't feel like the Statue of Liberty can take out Flash, so this is like a stalemate for me.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. Because I feel like Ganon could take out the Flash. He could freeze him. Like, he definitely has the ability to do that.
He could freeze the Statue of Liberty then, too, right? Make her brittle and shatter.
Super punch from the Flash. Kaboom.
There you go. Teamwork to take down the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
So then what, Ganon and the Flash?
Yeah. Who wins that bout?
I don't know. Like I said, I think...
Well, if you're going with the freezing powers, then you're right. Yeah, Ganon could probably freeze the Flash.
Yeah, he could freeze him.
Would the Flash be able to vibrate fast enough to not let himself be frozen? I don't know much about the Flash.
I mean, just from the TV show, the Flash has all sorts of powers that they always try to give him and different techniques and ways to do things. So there's always a way out for him for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I feel like this Ganon versus Flash thing plays out like a Quicksilver scene in the X-Men movies of recent time, where Ganon tries to do something and the Flash is just kind of like running towards him in super fast but slow motion, and is like, like petting a dog, eating some ice cream on his way over to punch Ganon in the face and destroy him. I feel like it's really tough. Like, Ganon is not... He's got to cast the magic that he uses. Which I think that casting
and the
takes
fastest
too long.
man alive should be able to get to him before he casts the spell.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I'm down with that. The Flash is the victor.
I think it's got to be.
All right. Done deal.
That leaves us...
The Flash wins Battle Royale 4.
So that leaves us with what? The Flash, Kitty Pryde, Gundam Wing Zero, and... wasn't it Darth Revan?
For what, the other
winners? Because didn't we say we were going to have like an all-out Rumble Dumble Jam discussion at some point with like enough of the winners?
Dr. Manhattan was part of that somewhere.
Yeah. You guys, I listened to that one recently. You guys had Dr. Manhattan off himself. He didn't win because he just got bored with the battle and left.
See, I don't remember that conversation at all.
That actually sounds like something he would do.
Yeah, exactly. That was that's how the conversation went, because it was like, well, you can't beat Dr. Manhattan, but he just doesn't give a shit. He's like, fuck it, I'm going to Mars.
Yeah, then I don't remember who won that scenario then, because I could have sworn it was Dr. Manhattan. I'd have to dig through my notes. I don't know where all my notes went.
I just kept a little running list of the show winners. And I know, like, right now, it's Darth Revan, Gundam Wing, Kitty, and now Flash.
Yeah, I was going to say, if I could try to find... If I scroll... Oh, you're right. I did find... Yeah, Darth Revan is circled twice. And we were right. Leonardo was the winner of the Ninja Turtle battle that we had.
Well, I'm glad that I included him as my ninja, then, from the group.
Ooh, Flash versus Kitty. That's a rough one. Oh, that's going to be a tough
Yeah, because I guess they're... Yeah. Similar-ish powers.
Yeah, can the Flash get on the same plane that Kitty Pryde is in when she phases?
Or can he get to her fast enough before she phases? Could be interesting.
Can the Force repel the Flash?
Oh, interesting also. Yeah. It's a debate for another time, I think.
I agree. Sorry, it just popped in.
All right, so I think we've wasted everyone's time enough. This is... I don't know what... When the hell did we start, even?
We're a little over an hour.
Yeah, so this is almost 2 hours of wasting everyone's time. All right, so we're going to close it down. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. I'm sure we'll be back for another Battle Royale when we have a week when we can't really think of something else to do.
Rumble Double Jammers!
So, if you've enjoyed the show, please stop by iTunes. Leave us a 5-star rating and review. Be sure to share, subscribe, favorite the show. You can find us on Google Play or Google Music. Either one of those, I think, should be able to search for us and find us there. As always, you can find us on Facebook. Search for Bry Guy Super Friends or go to facebook.com/Bry Guy Super Friends. You can send us questions, comments, topic suggestions through the Facebook page. I will respond, or one of us will see it and respond, at least. We do have an email address and a Twitter account. I don't check them very often, but you can hit us up there, bryguysuperfriends@gmail.com, or tweet us at BGSuperFriends on Twitter.
You should probably drop the whole I never check them thing.
Why? That just makes people want to send me stuff. I know they do.
You probably should just not tell them about it.
I like to give people avenues, even if they're not used. Or for all I know, they are being used, and I just haven't seen them yet.
Yeah, because I've been texting the shit out of you.
Oh, bullshit. That is bullshit, and you know it. All right, on behalf of Andy, Mike, and myself, thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you next time.